What's up, everybody? Dudes and dudettes. Man, we got ourselves a good one. Doobie's already wrestling with a cop out of the window. I mean, I don't know what's going on here. Doobie's at his pop-up event in Albuquerque. We did have some scheduled guests tonight that had to reschedule, and we'll wait for more people to come on here before we really start talking about that. But I am Tony Lane, or as what a lot of people like to call me as, the dude. So we'd like to thank everybody for hanging out here. We also have Doobie, our co-host from Las Cruces, New Mexico, who is now currently up at Albuquerque at High and Dry Desert Brewery, microbrewery up there. So go over tomorrow if you're in the Albuquerque area checking us out. You'll get some delicious barbecue. Go on his at Doobie's Smokehouse Instagram and look at his menu. And our thank you to our chief sponsor of tonight's show, Frixon Family Farms, and some other sponsors here to help make this one possible. So here they are. We got Frixon Family Farms right out of Dakota, Minnesota, up there in lovely small town feels with the big town deals. Go up there and get you some delicious meat from a small farm delivered right to your doorstep. Also, Branch Barbecue out of Lakewood, Ohio. It's simple as it is. It's barbecue, it's ranch, it's delicious. And then we're always fueled by Jerk Competition Charcoal. If you're not Team Jerk, well, damn it, you should be. I like how I just made up all these slogans as I just go along. It's such a wild.
That's the best way to go, dude.
Yeah. So, Doobie, how we doing out there, man? Are we doing good?
Oh man, we're doing good. I had to get the keys from the brewery guy real quick. We had to deal with one hater in the neighborhood earlier. He was just recapping that.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it's not a party until you have one guy hating on your parade.
Hey, the night's young. So, hey, we do have a special guest. I'm really excited about this because we didn't know we were going to have any guests at all. But last minute, I said, "Why don't you come hang out and introduce yourself here?" And it's actually the star of our chief sponsor of this show here, the one, the only, the beautiful Darian Frickson. How are we doing, ma'am?
Hey. We're not worthy.
We're not worthy.
Seeing as this is my first time ever on a video chat like this.
Oh, yeah, right. That old line, Doobie. We've never heard that one before, have we?
Hey, you're doing better than me already. At least you're in the house. I'm doing it out of the car today.
Yeah, and you're not doing questionable key deals outside of the window to start off the show. So you're definitely getting off to a really good start. Oh, we got Redbeard in the house. Always down with some Redbeard. And, yeah, dude and dudette. So we are so happy to be working with you. It has been an absolute blast. The first box of stuff that we got here to work with for you. Doobie, I don't know about you, but hog wings, beef cheeks, and picanha wasn't on my bingo card, man.
Hey, I was glad we got them, though. I was like, oh, man, look at this. It was like a kid in a candy store opening up that box, man. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, man, here we go. Now it's a party.
There we go. So I gotta know, like, what was going through your head when you're like, oh, let's go with the hog wings and beef cheeks. Like, that was impressive.
Well, I had watched some of your guys' videos before sending the box, and I knew that you were up for, like, some interesting, unique cuts, I guess. And I just didn't want to send, like, something you get all the time or something you could find in the grocery store. So I figured I'd spice it up a little bit. There's a lot of people up here in the Midwest that are intimidated by things like that, I think, because it's not very common. So it's kind of nice to get some of them things in front of people who have either worked with them or heard of them before.
Yeah, the hog wings were the hog wings. I had served them at a restaurant once, and I remember everybody that walked in and saw it on the special board was like, "What in the hell is a pig?" And I remember I had to explain it over and over and over, and they sold out immediately, so I never got to have any, which made me a little sad. And it's something you just don't find anywhere. Hey,
Yep.
Mute Jeff. What's up, Preston? But yeah, so is that something that you guys keep in stock? And what's love about you guys is it's so affordable, even with the shipping. So I mean, is up there a lot of people doing pig wings? Is that a Minnesota thing? I got to know.
Actually, it's kind of unique to our butcher. It takes a special technique, I guess, to harvest that cut, and only some, to my understanding, some butchers know how to save it, and others do not. And there's even been other butcher shops that have called our butcher and asked him how he's doing it, and he's not giving away a secret, I guess. So
I love it. Hey, don't hate the player, hate the game. There's this thing called the YouTube. You know, it's all kinds of videos.
I mean,
right.
I guess the biggest secret is, where do you find a pig that flies? You know.
Hey, that's what our butcher said. He's like, pigs actually do fly. The first time he saved them for us, it was a surprise to us too.
I bet.
Yeah, I'm excited to cook mine. Actually, no joke. I got mine thawing out. I set them out tonight. I think I'm tackling them. We're currently getting hit by a massive snowstorm, so hopefully that all pans itself out here, and that can like work itself over, and then I can smoke them bad boys up on Sunday because that's what I want.
Yeah, you'll have fun with them. We've made them ourselves, and they're somewhat between a rib and I don't know how to explain it. You'll have to try it yourself, but it's similar to a rib.
Okay.
They almost look like a rib and a pork steak, like had a baby, you know.
Man, it's getting serious now. We are sitting there just talking about making babies with pork wings, man, and like pork steak. No, the picanha. I was surprised to get the picanha. Is that a Red Bull with vodka or just a Red Bull? Your secret's safe.
Just a Red Bull tonight, man.
No, I'm asking.
I'm in for the long haul.
I'm asking her if she's got. Oh, she's drinking the Ultra.
This is what we call mom beer. After you have 3 kiddos, this is what you have to go to.
Hey, no judgment here. I'm taking it like I'm going with the dark stuff only because we rescued this cat for a couple days and it's out in the garage, and I'm not going out and having dealing with that thing. So I'm just drinking bourbon tonight. So cheers. Thanks, Cleveland Whiskey.
Oh man, tell the world about your cat struggles, Tony.
Oh man, it was seeping. It was seeping through the pores. Poor Doobie. He's heard about it like all day. So, we were talking about picanhas up there. Is that something that is a common thing that people work with? Because down here in Ohio, I had to go find a local butcher that was originally from Arizona that had to custom cut the top sirloin to get that. Because personally, my favorite cut of steak there is. That's the most tender. It's like a sponge when you touch it. It's amazing. Is it common in Minnesota?
It's not super common. We basically started asking our butcher to save it for us because we started hearing about it, and now the people that I have buy it consistently and love it. But again, it was I get asked a lot about it because it's not something you see in the grocery store.
No, you don't see them at the prices that you guys have up there at Frickson Farms either. I mean, I still can't get over the $6.99 a pound beef short ribs. People like, run, put your order in now.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, it's crazy to see the difference across the United States, what things are bringing and stuff. And we base our prices off of what it costs us to raise it. You know, we don't have the huge overhead of a packing house and all that stuff. I mean, we have to pay our local butcher to do it all for us. And then we raise all of our own grain and stuff to feed these animals. So we have to factor in our costs on that. And there are some things that we're probably a little bit more expensive on than a grocery store, but there's other things that we can be pretty competitive on too, depending on the location. So
I think quality, though, knowing where it comes from has a lot of say in that with me. Like, I know like the pork prices, you can go and just buy God knows what at your local Walmart for some of the less money. But with your stuff, you're personally raising the grain to feed it. You can't put a price tag on that in today's society and climate because you don't know what you're buying. You don't know what these things are eating. You hear the horror stories on the news of what they caught this one plant feeding their hogs or something like that. But we got Farmer Andy out there working the land, feeding the grain.
Yes.
Where is Andy?
Yeah, he's dealing with the kiddos right now. He told me to hop on.
Okay.
He said I'm corporate, so I had to get on.
Oh, okay. Well, what's up, Andy? Hey, Andy, wrestle them kiddos right in the bed. It's bedtime. It's bedtime.
He's the man.
Hey,
no,
he's a
he
man's
takes
man.
care
Look
of doing all
the kids down to bed.
He takes care of doing all the feed rations and stuff that go into getting that quality meat. So I just do the marketing side of it pretty much. I'm the face, the public side of it. I do the sales and the marketing and all that. So
that it? Anything else you'd like to add? You know, like
that's a lot of hats.
That's
you
it.
know, social media by itself.
I thought you said you did a lot. Yeah, I thought you did a lot up there. I mean, I remember my first job.
Yeah. Between that and the 3 kids and then trying to help farm, it is quite a task, but we manage.
So, man, I wish I would have had you on because I would have had. We're doing something a little cool tonight. We're bringing up some blooper videos. We brought some TikToks on here. So, Doobie has no idea what these are. I just picked like 10 random videos. If I can get my clicker to work here. So we're gonna let you in on one. We're gonna get your raw reaction here. Do you ever go golfing?
Not quite. Last time I went golfing, I took a lot of chunks out of the green.
Well, you probably fit right in with this guy here. So.
Oh my! I shouldn't even tell you the story about Andy's bachelor party.
Oh well, I mean, it's secret time's okay. I mean, there's only a few people watching.
They went golfing too, and about rolled a couple of golf carts.
Hey, it's not a bachelor party unless you're like rolling golf carts, Doobie, right?
I mean, it's not a bachelor party until you do something that you might not want to admit to the next day, for sure, probably.
I mean, okay. Would you rather your husband on a bachelor party roll a golf cart or go to a strip club?
Honestly, both are to be expected, I think.
Hey, the dude had it smoking. Andy, man. Oh, you better treat her right, Andy. Oh, that's good stuff right there. Oh man. So yeah, I am a terrible golfer. I can hold my own, but I have left golf carts stuck in mud before and just snuck out to my car with my bag. It's bad. Yeah. Hey, you pay all that money. I see every inch of the course. And what fun is it if you go and rush through it? You know, I mean, jokes on those guys. Really, I'm an outdoorsman. I want to be outside. So I'd
probably just tag along for the ride and drink some beer along the way.
Drink the tall skinnies, the tall skinnies there that make the alt trees.
Yep.
So that's
make old trees.
Man. I think
you guys are probably going to make fun of my accent after this is over too.
Oh, you didn't hear me. I said Dakota, Minnesota. Hey, I went to college with some people from Minnesota, and I work with a guy up in Baraboo, Wisconsin, and
okay.
So it's pretty close. So yeah, I was expecting a little heavy, but I like it. It's authentic.
It's noticeable, but it's not like, oh man, it's intense. You know, it's you can tell where you're from, but that's about it.
I've been around so many people from so many different parts of the country that like the accents just don't. I just know where you're from when I hear and it's all good.
Yep.
I've been called I have a proper accent since I'm from Ohio, whatever the hell that means.
Man.
We went to Texas last year and they asked us if we were from Canada.
Do you get that a lot when you go on these trips?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you don't say hosers. Do you say A? You say A lot?
A?
Yeah, like Canadians, like they allow me to go A. Like
no. They just make fun of our O's.
Oh, yeah. I love it. I personally, I think that area where you're at up there is just absolutely beautiful because I don't mind winter as long as there's snow to show for it. So, yeah. How bad was your winter this past year? Really bad?
It's been terrible cold. We haven't had a ton of snow, but it's been terrible cold. Like tonight now, I think it could get down to 15 below zero.
Holy cow. Doobie, you ready?
I'm over here like it's 40 and I need a jacket and a fire going.
Oh, we would dream for 40-degree days.
Oh man. He calls me today belly aching because there was like slush and like 37 degrees this morning. I'm like, bro, get out of here. I'm like,
hey man, New Mexico, it's a rare sight to see snow, man. And then it's the other people that are driving this, like, ooh, like some of these people have never seen snow in their life and they're out on the road. So it's a scary place to be when it snows in New Mexico, man. Everybody, it's like hysteria and panic.
You don't have any way to handle it either. There's probably no plows or anything like that.
There's no salt trucks. There's no snow plows. There's probably 1 or 2 snow plows in the whole state, and they're not coming to your town. I promise.
Oh
my God, could you imagine? Like, I couldn't.
Oh man.
I lived in Myrtle Beach and went to Coastal Carolina for a year, and we had like a threat of snow the night before. There was like a chance of snow. They had like 2-hour delay. And I'm like, what? I was like, I haven't seen anything yet.
If there's ice on the sidewalk, it's a 2-hour delay or a snow day here.
Oh,
like, I mean,
wow. We don't shut anything down.
Yeah. Nope. Suck it up, Buttercup. Walk uphill both ways and get there.
Yep. Pretty much.
So, okay. So back to the farm here. So these are animals that you raise yourself, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so you're not getting them imported at the butcher and just stamping your Frixon farm on it. These are eating your grain, the stuff that you grow. You're taking, fertilizing yourself, harvesting yourself, and all that good stuff, right?
Yep, absolutely. So we own a farm, and then we rent 4 neighboring farms to raise all of the grain to feed our cattle. And our cattle are fed a complete balanced diet of grass and non-GMO corn, and then a protein blend alfalfa also that we raise ourselves, which is non-GMO. And then my husband takes care of doing the rations with our nutritionist. He puts together rations for different stages in the animal's life, to make sure we enhance and get the best meat quality we possibly can. And then we take the animal into our local butcher shop, which is 30 miles down the road from here. It's a USDA inspected plant, and they pretty much co-pack everything for us, and we get it back for retail. So
that's awesome.
I don't get any easier than that. All you're missing is the butcher shop out there.
Right?
You just need to white wall that butcher shop out there in the barn, and there you go. Just
Yeah, we have the farm store, and I sell, the already cut prepackaged meat, but it sure would be nice to have a store where you could have somebody in the back cutting it up for you.
Absolutely. How big is your beef herd? Like, I mean, it's got to put out the amount of meat you do. It's got to be a fairly nice sized herd you have.
We keep about 200 head on hand at all time. We butcher right now we're averaging about 7 a month. So, and then pigs is more seasonally. We do them in smaller batches.
Okay. Yeah. The pork is, you have a good selection. I like that you don't let anything go to waste of an animal. Like the beef cheeks. Again, I literally talked to a butcher the other day, and I was telling Dude about this. I asked him what he did with his beef cheeks, and he goes, "I just throw them away." I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Can you please stop?" I said, "Could you please stop doing that?" I was like, "Please." But yeah, it was more of an inconvenience for him to cut it out because he said he couldn't legally grind it up into burger down here.
Yeah, there's probably some truth to that. And I mean, without getting into a whole bunch of grotesque detail, I mean, the first thing they do when the animal goes in is they cut the head off. So it's just another step for them to have to remember to harvest them cheeks before it goes into the, barrel and the runway truck comes.
Okay.
So yeah, I always tell them, remember to save that. So
I'm glad they did, because that marbling is pristine. Doobie,
I can't wait for you to cook them. You'll be one of the first. So.
Oh, really?
Yep. We just started saving them.
That's exciting.
That is really. I have never cooked them yet. I've seen everybody else cook them, and I've just seen everybody like squeeze them like a softball and they explode. And I want that moment so bad.
Yep. Yeah, it was funny. The day I sent your guys' boxes out, one of the restaurants in town that we work with, it's a complete scratch kitchen restaurant, and they source like all farm to table ingredients. He messaged me and he's like, "Hey, do you have anything weird on hand, like beef cheeks?" And I'm like, "Dude, I just sent some out in a box for the first time."
Hey, that manifesting, we're putting that energy out, Doobie. Look at us, man.
Yeah.
Influencing people's brains subconsciously, man. Like, there we go. No, I don't know. I just made that up. It sounded cool. But no, that's yeah. So now how are they did they tell you how they're gonna cook theirs?
I think my connection is getting a little bad on you guys here.
Uh-oh. I said, did they tell you how they're gonna cook them?
I'm having a hard time hearing.
Oh no. Hang on. Check, 1, 2. Can you hear us? No. We lost her.
Oh, man,
I think we lost her.
I can see everything, but I can't hear you guys, so I'll probably snap off for the night.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Shoot. I think I lost you guys. All right, we'll talk to you later.
All right, we'll see ya. We'll see ya. All right, everybody. Hey,
I'm glad man. Technology. That was a great guest, though, man.
I know. I guarantee. I know what
sponsors live and in person.
Yeah, I think she clicked on something because I know we had another guest one other time that clicked on a notification and it cut off their volume somehow, some way. But anyways, I'm glad that she came on. I know she was getting her 3 kids to bed, so I'm glad she got on, and I'm glad she got to talk about, like, man, can you get over, like, they raise their own grain? Like, you don't get any better than that.
I mean, that's what you're looking for, man, and that's like that X factor whenever you're buying any kind of meat. I mean, nowadays, you brought up Walmart earlier, but nowadays Walmart, they aren't as competitive as they once were when it comes to pricing, man. I mean, some of the, you can go to a butcher shop and pay $6 to $7 for prime beef, like if you're talking brisket anyway, and Walmart's at $5, $6 sometimes. So really, how much are you saving? And to be able to go somewhere and know where it's coming from, what they're feeding it, and that from start to finish, it's taken care of with love. You know what I mean? Like, right. That's that X factor that's you almost can't put a price tag on.
No, you really, you can. It's $6.99 a pound for most of their beef products, and that's all you need to know. You heard her herself. But you heard her herself, like, their way of cutting, they save money by doing everything themselves. It's just Andy and Darian. It's just Andy and Darian. I knew I would butcher it after the fact, but it's just those two. Like, that's who do the work. So they don't have the overhead of a whole workforce because they're out there just grinding, So, and it's nice that they're relaying the savings over because up in where they're at, they're selling at those prices, and that's what's there. So I was excited to see such affordable beef prices from such a small local farm. So thankful for her for coming on here. Yeah, that was awesome. I'm glad she got to hop on. So we have more blooper videos. We got some more to bust through here. You get some more raw reactions. Now, Doobie, remember, I can't hear you until after these are over. So, but we can all watch you jiggle if you laugh good. So, you get that porcelain dish, you get that crack in it, and you're gonna say, "I can get one last cook out of it." But don't get that last cook out of it, folks. Just don't do it. Just pick that bitch.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I literally tried to save that dish one time, and now we had to almost throw away his whole stove.
Oh man, that whole That casserole looked money too.
It did, man. That'll break your heart right there.
Oh, is there
he put in
anything
some time
worse?
and effort. Is
He
there
did. Anything worse? Like that's when you ask. Hey, ask too much Welding about what happens when he drops a rack of ribs, man. It'll ruin your day.
When at least his dogs eat good. His dogs eat good when he does a fumble, man.
Yeah, he hooks them up. So about like that stone cooking ware, I literally just had to make the tough call to throw one away because I went to pull one out and I heard it pop, and I'm like, no, and it cracked like 3/4 of the way through, and I could wiggle it and open the crack, and I'm like. And I let it sit on my counter because it was one of my favorites. And the next day I just threw it away because I just knew that shit was going to happen. What do you think of this blooper stuff, man?
I dig it. I like bloopers.
I think we're onto something here. I think we're onto something. I don't know.
Leave a comment. Leave something in live chat if you're enjoying the bloopers.
Yeah. Hit us up here. Yeah, Doobie's got this. All right, so we're barbecue here, so we gotta have some fails. Gotta have some barbecue fails.
Hey, what the fuck? We are
Man, that's the wife going at him. Hey, you just burnt up half our paycheck.
He goes, it's cooking. He goes, I'm trying to cook, and she goes, you're drunk.
Oh man. That's how you know it's a party, man.
Hey,
the
he's just trying to give
catches on fire.
Hey, it's not a steak until you flame broil it, man. Like I'm just.
Hey, man, it happens to the best of us. Last year, I think it was last summer, man. I came home with some ribeyes, man, and I tried to go inside and do some prep, man. And I had that jerk charcoal burning hot, man. The next thing I come back outside and the whole ribeye is engulfed, and I'm just like, oof. Shouldn't have walked away from that one, man.
Oh man,
it goes to show you it can happen to anybody, man.
It does. It really does. It really does. I will say we were this close this week to booking the star of the week in the social media world.
I wanted him on the show so bad. It would have been
You might not like it, but this is what the peak male athletic form looks like, and there ain't a fucking thing you can do about it.
Oh man, peak male performance. Let's go.
So we do have a story on that. We can talk since he wasn't able to come, since he kind of literally Barstool Sports got a hold of his video, and then we were out. He committed to coming on the show. We were trying to figure out a date. And then his video hit 32 million overnight, and then we're not getting any returns of messages.
Tough action. He got too big time for the Dude Network too fast.
Hey, man, let's have a moment of silence for that moment. All right, fuck him.
Oh man.
No, I'm not. Hey, I'm not. I don't mean that, man. Like we get big timed, but like you gotta imagine what that guy's going through right now.
Hey man, if I was gonna get big time, that's the way to get big time, man. You can't be mad at that. That dude skyrocketed overnight, man. That's
You're
what
a
we're all in it
rollerblader,
for, right?
You're
we
a
all want
rollerblader.
that chance. What's up?
You like to cut it up, don't you? You got the blades.
Oh yeah, man. I got my fruit boots.
Woo!
You can't go wrong with a pair of fruit boots, man. Fruit boots. All the haters, man. I used to rollerblade to high school, dude. And back in that time, everybody was like rollerblading was kind of and I'm in New Mexico too, so rollerblading is even like less heard of. So I was probably the only dude in Albuquerque riding rollerblades to school, and everybody else in my town's a skateboarder, man. I got so much hate, man. People yell at me. I'd be rollerblading up the street, man. Fruit booter, fruit booter. And I'm like, yeah, man, I'm a fruit booter. I'll be rocking these till I can't anymore, man. Believe me.
And I want to carry your girl to school on my way too, punk. Man,
Hey,
dude,
man.
I feel like we just ruffled up some feathers from your goes past with that one, man. You just
hey,
went,
dude.
You went full detail on that.
Hey, I tried skateboarding a couple times, but you try to do some tricks and you get a skateboard up your ass, man. You're not gonna want to try it again.
So maybe we'll get Air Manatee on. Maybe, probably not. Let's be honest. Probably not. We're cool, but we're not massive and cool. But one day we will be. And he's normally when you screw me, like I'm like done. But on this guy, door's still open. He can come back. You big time you want. Yeah, I get the reason. He had a legitimate excuse. Sorry, I was keeping up with my 32 million viewers overnight. I mean, I get it. He probably got more than a few messages.
Like Air Manatee, if you were watching this, man, if you agree to come back on the show, man, or come on the show, I'll post a fail video of me trying to drop into a bowl. I'll do it. I'll post a fail video. I'll go viral eating shit if that dude comes on the show.
Clip it. You heard it here.
Yeah, you heard it live.
You heard it live. You would hear it here first because it's our program because we are the dudes. we own this shit.
Oh man.
Can you believe that someone had the audacity to speak to high school kids today? Like that was a good idea.
I can't believe they let you in there, man.
Dude, I can't either.
You went in there saying, hey, check out my show. The weekend kickoff party show.
I'm there looking at teacher. I was like, my bad. And then I'm like, oh, this one's clean. And then there's Grub swigging some moonshine,
Yeah, he's like, oh, hey, you guys are old enough to drink, but let's set the example.
They're not even old enough to buy a lottery ticket, bro. They don't even. They're trying to figure out who they're asking to the prom, and I'm sitting there and got grown-ass men on their TV screen drinking moonshine and during career day. That one backfired.
Might be considered birth control, man. They won't make it.
Dude, you can't do that to me mid-swaller, man. Come on.
Oh man. That's great. A little moonshine up the nose will wake you up in the morning.
Woo! I was about to sleep. You ever do the cookbook thing?
The cookbook thing. What's the cookbook thing?
Like you just go through a cookbook, like you have a bunch and you just look through it for ideas.
Me and the wife tried that a couple times, and we picked out probably 20 ideas. Like, yeah, let's try these out. We maybe cooked 2 of them. I'm more of when I'm in the kitchen, I'm like, what sounds good? What do we want? We cooking tacos, and then I just wing out some beast tacos. Like we eating sandwiches, we eating burgers. I mean, I feel like recipes are more guidelines anyways. Like when I'm doing a recipe out of a cookbook, I'll still take a look at it and be like, what can I add to this to spice it up a little bit my way?
I mean, recipes are suggestive guidelines, but I like them to kind of get the juices flowing.
Yeah.
I felt this one on the way down here today. Eat like a man feeding a crowd.
Oh man,
I feel
should have said eat like a dude.
I know. I feel like we're ahead of our time here. This is Esquire though, so good to know we're not Esquire material. We're not. Dudes are not qualified. I mean, they're lost because I think we're Esquire shit. That's just my own personal opinion of the matter. As Doobie slams like a 6 Red Bull to get him through the night here. So
yeah, it's all nighter over here, man.
All nighter. What's on the menu for tomorrow before we get on to the next clip?
Oh, man, we got pulled pork and chopped beef brisket sandwiches with chips and a pickle, and then we got some ribs and rib tips. Some good old St. Louis Cup ribs, man. Can't go wrong with those.
Man, you got the dog excited on that one, man. That's what happens. You got Great Danes, man. I got these little shits. They just weasel their way into any situation or predicament, man. Dude,
my Great Danes think that they're Chihuahuas, man. They'll come sit right on your lap.
The big ones always are, man. So, dude, that menu sounds bomb. If you had to pick your favorite menu item, like if someone came up, you're like, all right, recommend something. What are you slinging on their plate?
Man, I would say either the brisket sandwich or the ribs, man.
Brisket sandwich. Yeah, man.
I mean, pulled pork's a solid go-to, man. Like, I feel like pulled pork is one of the more underrated meats, man. It's it's a solid go-to. Like, I feel like you're never disappointed with pulled pork. But at the same time, when I'm thinking about barbecue and what I'm craving in barbecue, somehow pulled pork is on the top of that list for me. For me, it's always brisket or ribs.
That's funny because up here in Ohio, like in the Midwest, like pulled pork is a big deal because before, the barbecue thing, like everyone threw like the pork roast in the crock pot for the day, so up here, like pork roast I saw way more pork roast growing up than I did beef or stew or pot roast or anything like that. So yeah, that's interesting. And that's why I like talking to you about your food and stuff down there, man, because it's two different worlds. And that's why I was glad that Darian was able to come on here because she kind of spoke on what I like to ask. And you can attest to my style is I'm always asking people in different parts of the country what their meat prices are. For some reason, it really infatuates me. So I was curious. I was happy to see her and saying that she's also been infatuated with learning about the rest of the meat prices across the country for sure. Oh, hey, there she is. Hey, it's all right. Hey, we appreciate you coming on. You're the best. Hey, she was awesome.
Yeah,
I've never been on camera before and goes out and crushes it and gets an
pro.
Emmy. An Emmy whatever the one is for acting, like the one the one you killed.
Brought home the Academy Award for Frixon Family Farms.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, they probably sold out of meat. They probably just sold like 800 pounds of beef and pork after this show.
I hope so, man. If our show could do that for people, I'm all for it, man.
Oh man, is there any better feeling as like a creator when someone's like, "Man, you really hooked me up with some followers yesterday." Like that's a good feeling, man. It really is. So everyone, please go check out Frixon Family Farms. Put in their order. Any questions, literally ask on Instagram. And they actually have a really big Facebook page too. So that means they're really active and take good care of it as well. So please go check them out. If you have questions on pricing or how the pricing works, ask away and they will hook you up. And the shipping, so I think from there to here in a 3-day quote for a small box, 2-day, 3-day, it's like under $15 for a small box shipped to my doorstep from Minnesota down to Ohio. So the shipping is super friendly and they come in really good shape. Everything is frozen. So definitely go check them out, guys.
Even all the way out here to New Mexico, the shipping was money. So definitely check them out.
Yeah. Even the chorizo that was still under the cooler packs a couple hours later, it was still fresh.
Fresh. I got to go put a log on the fire real quick. I'll be right back.
All right, man. We're going to do an unbox. I have speaking of Frixon Farm, we do have our commercial break here, so we'll go ahead and do that while I do the unboxing video of the cooks that we're going to be doing. You saw the flat iron, but if you're curious what we're going to be cooking over the next month, Doobie, you can go ahead and do your thing, and I'll go ahead and get this thing rolling right here.
Mail day, and boy, I am excited for this one because it's coming from our good friends Frixon Family Farms down in Minnesota. Let's see what's in this box. Oh, please tell me what I think this is. Oh my God, a picanha. Oh, it's all natural chorizo. What is this? Pork wings. I don't even know what those are. But I tell you what, I'm gonna cook the hell out of them. We got a couple flat iron. This is amazing. What a package. And last but not least, beef cheeks. I have been looking everywhere in Ohio for these. Look at the marbling. Look at that marbling. Everyone go check out Frixon Family Farms. Seriously, go look at their prices. You might be blown away and buy it now before they catch up to what the rest of the market is across the country. And you can check them out as a sponsor on Friday nights, weekend kickoff parties. See you guys.
So as you can see, whenever you do Frixon Farms, you go from a very shaggy look with a big beard to a very decent, cleaned up thing. So that's what Frixon's done for me in my life, folks. Doobie's getting a log on his fire over there. Everyone, let's look at some comments here. Let's go back over here and check out what everyone's been saying. Hey, Erica, how are you? And Jay Grubbs, what's up, man? How we doing? How are we doing? You're the man. You are the man. And Doobie is back. Oh, Brad, speaking over at Redbeard Seasonings, I see Denver steaks on your website. Also a hidden gem that's hard to find in Ohio. I don't think I've had a Denver steak, believe it or not.
They are really good.
What is that, like a ribeye, a strip, or what? What you got, sirloin? I mean, what would the consistency be closest compared to?
I would say it's like a really well marbled strip. Like it's a little bit more tender than a strip.
Really? No, strip is my shit. Strip is my number one go-to steak if I have a choice.
Yeah, I'd say. I mean, they're right up there with like a hanger steak. You know, hanger steaks. Those are really good. I want to say I saw hanger steaks on Frickson's website too.
I think they got everything, man. I think they got the flanks. Those flat irons, I'll put them up against the skirts or the flank steak all day. Have you done your flat irons yet?
Not yet. I'm gonna do them when I get back.
I'm telling you right now, man. And you've never done a flat iron, right? You might.
I never find them here in New Mexico, man. Here in New Mexico, it's really easy to find like London broil. You can get top sirloin. They have this. It's kind of like I don't know. It's almost like a really thin cut top round. They call it milanesa. I mean, there's like a lot of different cuts that are kind of unique to like New Mexican and Mexican food, like cheap beef, like a lot of stew meats. You know, like 2 or 3 different kinds of stew meats here, man. I mean, people are real big on pozoles and menudos and all those things, man.
If I know you at all, you're gonna like the flat iron more than a flank steak.
Probably. I mean, they look really good, man.
Dude, it literally just pulls apart, man. Like, and I didn't even like rest it with any butter, so I could have done it a little bit better than what I did. I didn't rest with any butter. I just let it rest. And
man, do you see? I forget who made it online, but I was scrolling through Instagram the other day, and maybe it was Cooking with Fire. Somebody, they did a bone marrow compound butter.
Ooh. I know Fuego Lento, one of our other partners, he does a lot of bone marrow recipes.
Dude, that bone marrow compound butter on top of a steak looks so good, man.
You know what I saw the other day that I really want to do is cook. Is what they do is they took oil and then they fry and they cook the garlic cloves in it until they're like really soft, and then they
squeeze them out like a paste.
And they would turn into a paste. And then you take your olive oil, then you dump it into your jar, then you got garlic infused olive oil. So you get like 2 uses out of one cook. And I'm like, that's something I can get behind right there. Something else I can't get behind is a woman touching my grill.
Oh no!
Oh no!
The grill and the
Oh no!
There goes a couple G's. There's their tax refund gone.
Hey, and there's a lot of people that were happy because it was a propane. There's a lot of propane haters, so that's gonna be like, she just didn't want a propane anymore. I can already hear it already. And you know how I am, man. I'm still Hank Hill, man. I still got my Hank Hill in me, man.
Oh, I don't know, man. You're converting over to the stick burner side, man.
I'm still throwing down on my propane. I'm throwing down on it less
You say that, but you went from doing a grill cook on the propane grill probably 3 or 4 times a week to maybe once a month.
But it's been also in my. That's not fair. It's been winter up here in Ohio, bro. Like, the accusations over there. They're running rampant.
You're out there at the stick burner in the wintertime.
Man, you're like Macho Man, or they're running wild in New Mexico with your takes right now, bro. That's
man.
Oh man, yeah. Here we go. So, man, I don't know. I'll tell you one thing. I had a damn good time coming up with these. I had some time for a while. So I think this is something I'd like to keep doing just throughout the week. Just save a funny one that I really like, and then just get them on here. And we'll do we can definitely make a segment out of this every week. Might actually get some, probably until we get slammed for copyright or something bullshit. Let's see here. We did this one. All right, here we go.
No,
Mike, watch your house, dude.
Another pellet grill fail, man.
Yeah, so my favorite, I want you to watch this again. Watch the last piece of meat they pull off as it catches more on fire there toward the end. Like the piece of meat was literally on fire on the tray. Watch this again.
no,
Mike, watch your house, dude.
The meat was literally on fire after he pulled it off. And when he moved it away, it was so charred, it got more on fire. The flame literally got bigger as it got on the tray. That's impressive.
Man. Things that don't happen with the stick burner.
Oh, man, you're ruffling up all the feathers today on that one.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh, man.
man.
All right, let's see what else we got.
Hey, Gavino, what do you call cheese is not yours?
I don't know, man.
Nacho cheese!
All right.
Party foul.
That's your grill. Some dude comes up and smacks your grill, knocks your shit all over the place, and he walks off with a cheesy ass joke. What's Doobie doing?
Man, I'm smacking him upside the head just like he smacked my grill. I'm gonna tell you shit if he ate, man.
Now, I think this was staged. I'm going to sit there. I want to call him out. This is staged because look how ashy this charcoal
Hey,
is.
Gavino, what do you call cheese is not yours?
I don't know, man.
Nacho cheese!
No hot coals, so that's bullshit. We're calling fake. I'm calling fake. It better have been.
I don't know, man.
You would
They
think
look
you'd have
pretty
some
buzzed.
more than the coals, right?
I mean, run it back one more time. Let's see it.
Hang on. While you do that, I want to invite another guest on here. I want to remove my. No, I'm not going to remove myself. But
Hey, Gavino, what do you call cheese is not yours?
I don't know, man.
Nacho cheese!
all right, final verdict.
Yeah, no coals. There's no embers, no nada, man. It's just straight ash.
Hang on, we're going to
And the
invite
burgers
somebody.
still look frozen, man. If they were burger patties, they look like those frozen ones, those cheapy ones. They look like they're still frozen.
All right, so I'm begging this guy. He hit me up out of nowhere. If he comes on here, it's Reed the Fishmonger.
Oh.
He's got about 1 million followers across all platforms. His family owns a small fish shop now, fresh from water to their display case in like under 3 days. Like this stuff is fresh, and I've been waiting on them. They say they're going to start shipping stuff across the country. So let's see if he hops on. I'm even going to put peer pressure. I told everyone you were coming because that would be what a mature adult would do to another adult.
Oh man, dude, that dude's been a friend of the show since like early TikTok days. Man.
Hey, me and Reed go way back, man. He was
sessions.
He was one of my first dude sessions. Swear to God, man. He was like second or third. We were doing like once a month, the last Wednesday of every month, and we did 2 shows. And we were scheduled to do the third one, and then it just kind of fell off the rails. I wasn't ready. And TikTok was a sham.
TikTok scammed us all, didn't it?
Yeah, it really
Oh
did.
man.
So we just hope that he figures it out here, man. Oh, please let this work. Reed is awesome, and he is like as chill as the other side of the pillow. I think it's cooler than there. Oh, he's here! He's here!
All right.
Oh, he's here! Oh, he's smiling. I can't wait everybody to see how beautiful this man is. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, out of Delray Beach, Flow Rider, Reed, the swordfish slaying fishmonger. What's up, man?
What's going on, y'all?
Hey, was this quick enough response for you? You said we need to do a live, and I said just hop on right now. Here we are.
Hey, dude. Good timing.
Yeah, actually it was because we had a couple guests that were scheduled on tonight, and they canceled 2 days ago, and we didn't know if we were going to have any guests, so we just kind of wung it tonight. So yeah, dude, it's like we were there, man. That's why we're boys. We're there. We're
Perfect.
Like we're two peas in one pod. And then we got Doobie. Doobie, you've never met Reed. Reed, you've never met Doobie. Doobie is out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, sitting in his Yukon in Albuquerque, popping up for a barbecue pop-up event tomorrow where he'll be slinging all kinds of deliciousness.
What's up, Doobie? How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. How you living?
Enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm sure you were busy today. Tell us a little bit about your day.
Yeah.
Dude, just crushing it over at the seafood market, slinging lots of fish, man.
Swordfish today, I saw. Was that today?
I did cut a swordfish today, but the video I posted was just old video I posted because I didn't have any time to make a new one.
Dude, he did a massive swordfish, halved it out in 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Man. He dude, it looked like he was cutting a Kevlar chest like butter with this knife, man. He's got to have the sharpest knives. He started here and he's just like, and it was like done. I mean, it was
ballpark estimate. How many fish do you think you fillet a day?
A day? I mean, I'm not just a fish cutter. I'm a fishmonger. So I cut fish, I serve customers, and everything in between. So a day, I probably just a couple 100 pounds.
Ridiculous. That's a lot.
Yeah, but it's not like, there's jobs where you're a fish cutter where you clock in, you start cutting fish, and you don't stop cutting fish until you clock out.
No thanks.
Yeah, I mean, I like cutting fish, but I like everything else that comes with being a fishmonger too.
So are you like big customer relations guy?
Yeah, man, I love taking care of customers and making relationships with customers. That's the most important thing anybody can do for their business is making personal relationships with their customers.
Before we go any farther, we're just blowing right past the fact that we haven't even talked about your business, what the name of it is. We know it's out of Delray Beach, Florida, and that you're awesome and you dominate cutting fish, and it's really fresh, less than 3 days from the water to the display case in most scenarios. But he is out of your dad is Captain Clay. Captain Clay's Seafood out of Delray Beach. It's been how many generations or how long in the family now? It's
dude, you got a crazy
business.
good memory. That's wild. Like we haven't had a full-on conversation. What was that? 6 months ago that we did that conversation.
I'm offended you don't remember it like I did, man. That's all.
No, man, that's really impressive. I mean, that what you just did is exactly what I was talking about. Is building the relationships with customers, remembering important details about their life. The fact that you did that for me made me feel looked after and cared for, and that's you're treating me as if I'm your customer, building that relationship, and that's absolutely brilliant. And it's a part of why you get all the awesome people on that you get is because of you.
Thank you. I appreciate
you're very good at conducting interviews, asking great questions, and you keep the conversation lively and rolling, and it's a lot of fun. But it's the product can be good, but it's the service that people come back for.
Exactly.
Yeah, thanks for remembering that. It's Captain Clay and Son Seafood Market. My dad's Captain Clay. He's been commercial fishing out of the South Atlantic fisheries since the 70s. I grew up working on his boat, and my mom and dad opened up a seafood market in 2006, and I started managing it out of high school and was going to college, enjoyed running the seafood market so much, dropped out of college, and just kept slaying it.
Hey, man. Hey, dropping out of college ain't always a bad thing, man. There's a lot of dudes that dropped out of college.
It was a great thing for me.
I dropped out of grad school. Does that count?
So did my dad. My dad was going to law school, and he was having so much fun commercial fishing, doing well for himself that he dropped out of law school.
So that's why you're smart. You got all the big brains, already running in the family, man. You got some of that big brains in the Captain Clay family, man. I love it. I didn't know that. You're still full of surprises, man. That what makes you a good guest. You don't spill all the beans on the first time. Here we are, number 3, I think. 3, I think.
It's 3.
Yeah,
It's 3. I'm offended you don't remember it.
Yeah, sometimes, man. I peaked early in this conversation.
Taste your own medicine there, Tony.
I know. Hey, I peaked early. What can I say? Oh man, that's what my wife says. Happy birthday, honey.
It's your wife's birthday?
It is, but she's at a paint and sip, so I'm not avoiding her.
I was about to say, you better close that camera right now.
Yeah, she's avoiding me. I'm not avoiding her, so it's her birthday. So it's probably a smart choice by her.
I guess you earned it.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do to make ends meet, So, hey, we've been doing some bloopers on here, man. So let's get a raw reaction. I got one left. So I think this is one left. The fact that he laid there in a ball makes him a bitch. Just want to throw that out there.
I think that's my spirit animal.
Dude,
oh, man.
Me too. Oh man.
Like, oh shit! I forgot my brains in the house too.
That video is way too relatable.
Yeah, I mean, I can't tell you if it's out of my because I look down when I walk. I can't tell you how many times I should have knocked myself out or decapitated myself. One of the two.
Oh man. The only thing that would have made that video more funny is if he forgot to put the car in park too.
Yeah, there was one I saw today actually that was a guy that didn't put his car in park and he was trying to stop it and then he put himself between it and another car and pinched his legs in between the two. So I thought that was like a little odd.
That's a little too graphic, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The guy, but I think the guy kind of deserved it because it was like a slow crawl to it. Like he had like 2 minutes to get out of the way. He just kept trying to push it. But anyway, sorry for the sidetrack, Reed.
No, dude, you're good. I just attribute that to natural selection.
Hey, take the warning labels off and let things sort themselves out. Big believer in that.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Oh man, I know a couple months ago there was one where this guy had his boat in his front yard. And the boat trailer starts to roll out the front yard, and he's trying to hang on to the front of it. It is just dragging him down the street. And it finally hits something. It stops, but he did not let go of that boat trailer, man.
Hey.
I was like, man, you're only one little dude. What are you gonna do? You're not stopping that boat.
He went down literally with the ship. That's a good captain right there, Doobie. I like that. We kind of tied it back into. So speaking of captains on the boat, Captain Clay and Sons. So what fish are running right now down the South Atlantic fishery? What do we got?
Man, our local commercial vessel has been crushing golden tilefish. Swordfish bite's been terrible right now. And we normally have swordfish on a daily basis, and we've had a few days this last couple of weeks where we didn't have any local swordfish, and we'd rather not have it all. We'd rather not have it at all than have imported garbage swordfish. So,
booty hole.
No booty hole swordfish around me. Yeah, man, golden tilefish, lots of yellowtail snapper. One of my boys fishes on the west coast of Florida, a couple hours away from where I'm at, and he goes out and totally crushes red grouper. So he just dropped off a big load of red grouper tonight. So I'll be cutting all those up tomorrow morning.
And you're going to be putting a box in the mail to Ohio.
Yeah.
Dude, grouper is just so money, man. I would love to send you some walleye. One of these times I'd like to, if I knew how to mail it down there to you, I would like to send you some walleye out of Lake Erie or like around here in the lakes where I live, because you would be unbelievably, I think you'd be blown away at the similarity between walleye and grouper because it's such a white, flaky fish.
I've had walleye. Walleye is more comparable to a snapper than it is a grouper.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So have you done that recently? I don't remember. I thought I asked you that before.
Yeah, I don't know if it's when we talked or not, but because I want to eventually start shipping, which still never started doing.
Hey, It happens. Shipping is not a good time to get into the shipping game, by the way. Not
I'm
a good
trying
time.
to do so many things at once, but when I bought fish from a few different fish houses that are very reputable ones to see how they package it, see what PO system they use, and all that stuff. And one of the fish houses we bought from was, the biggest fish house in the United States, called blah blah blah. What's it called? The big one in New York. I'm drawing a blank right now. I'm a little shot, but
blah 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 works, man. We'll just go with that.
Yeah, this is the biggest fish house in the U.S. It's in New York, and I ordered walleye from them, and it was good. Yeah.
No.
I'm able.
I'm glad you liked
it. It was a tasty fish. It was light, mild, flaky. It's going to be, more comparable to like a yellowtail snapper that has a little bit more fat content to it because it's coming out of such cold water.
That's true. I didn't think about the fat content because walleye are a fatty fish. They do thrive better in cold. That's why they stay. When we catch them in the summertime when it's hotter, you get them about 40 to 50 feet deep. They go a little bit deeper. There's actually a migratory school of walleye so big that certain satellite angles, you can catch them as they make their way. It's like a calendar. They go around Lake Erie. The whole way around the lake is one calendar year. So you can actually catch this school of walleye that is going. And I guess the hatch was so good in Lake Erie, it's been back-to-back record years, back-to-back record hatch years. And I said this last year, it went 7 times. It just so now the hatch is like times 7. So they're going to be having to raise the limits up here at some point because it's just decimating our yellow perch population, which is another delicious fish.
Well, it's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
For us, we have unedible fish muscling out the edible fish. It's less of a problem when you've got 2 delicious fish muscling each other out.
Yeah, it's true. Now, what invasive species are you referring to down there?
Not invasive species. The woo-woo people are putting up a fuss and protecting all the sharks, and now the shark population is out of control, and the sharks eat the grouper and the snapper and the all of those species. There's another fish called Goliath Grouper, which we actually talked about in your show in the past, and they're protected as well, and those are wiping out a lot of the reef species. So between Goliath Grouper and sharks, it's really putting a hammer down on grouper, snapper, and some other reef fish that used to be much more plentiful. There's no shortage of sharks where we're at. If anything, we've got a shark problem. We had a shark season that was very regulated, very controlled. The population was always monitored, and it stayed at a steady level. So when you're commercially harvesting a species and the population is maintaining at a steady level, and then that means you're doing everything right. And the woo people put up a big fuss and shut down the commercial harvest of shark. And the personal buddy of my dad's, the guy that was catching the sharks, and put him out of business. That was his whole livelihood. He did everything to the book the right way. And now all the sharks that he used to target, their population went from steady, right where it is, to just completely exploding, and they're wiping everything out.
But hey, man, they're protecting us. They're protecting us. They're protecting the species. Sorry, man. I guess we could have told you that, but we didn't want you to have to adjust on the fly here. But you're a pro. You're a pro's pro. Just going with the flow there. So I guess that's like really interesting. Now, the Goliath Grouper, in your opinion, would you consider it still an endangered species? Because I'm seeing a lot of videos of people catching Goliath Groupers.
Sensitive topic to the woo-woo people, but for local commercial divers, they're everywhere. You can go down on a reef that used to be beaming with life, and now it's just got a handful of, fat, happy Goliath Grouper.
Wow. That's impressive. Yeah, and Doobie in New Mexico has to worry about the endangered fish population a lot, actually. The real big problem in southern New Mexico.
Yeah, we have no bass left, apparently.
Yeah. He's trying to. He said his goal the other day is to catch one bass this whole year. He wants to catch a bass.
Man,
just one.
I caught one in 2019. One. And I went bass fishing probably every weekend. And I'd like to think I'm not a terrible fisherman, but I've never seen anybody else catch a bass here either. So,
okay.
You know, supposedly I've caught little dinks, you know, they're like this big, but who wants to catch one of those? Like, I want a big old, like 3 or 4 pounder. You know, like I want one good one. I don't even want to eat it. I just want to put it back.
Hey, for real.
When you're talking about freshwater, it's you know, where I'm at, most people don't eat freshwater fish, so the freshwater population is almost like, you know, you put a hook in the water, you're going to catch a fish.
That's crazy.
They just put them back. You know, nobody keeps them. You don't want to eat the freshwater fish that are out of here. But I'm sure a place like New Mexico, where you're at, there might be a little bit more food insecurity, food scarcity. And, you know, if that's an issue, you eat whatever you've got access to, and they could be killing the numbers that way, or just, you know, garbage runoff messing up the water, and that's what's killing them. Who knows? And if the, you know, bad quality water is what's killing them, then definitely don't want to eat those.
No.
Yeah, and parts of New Mexico, it's a combination of both. Some places, you know, you go to Elephant Butte, it's probably the dirtiest lake I've ever been to in my life. I avoid it. Every time I've been there, there's a diaper or something floating around next to me. Like, it's the last place you want to try to eat something out of. I mean, here in New Mexico,
you don't want, like,
though,
eating diaper fish?
Hey, people don't. I've seen people go to the park, like, and the water's blue. I mean, like, it's dyed water. It's like, I mean, there's trash. There's all kinds of things in there. It's the last place you'd want to eat a fish out of, but people catch their limit in trout and take them home. I'm just like, man, you know.
Well, I will say,
trout's not that good to me, man. Like, I won't go out of my way to eat trout out of dirty water.
If the water's clean enough for trout to be in, then it's actually pretty good water, because trout they're very sensitive. They have to have high oxygen levels in the water, and it's got to be non-polluted water, or they will die. So actually, a lot of people will throw trout in their stuff to see if they live, and if they live, that means they got really good clean water.
Well, Tony, get down there and eat you a diaper trout.
Dude, I'll smash that thing. I'll put some red beard lemon pepper on that bitch too, man, or some Fuego lemon pepper, man. I've ate worse, man. Let's face it, we've all done weird stuff in college to get a free meal.
Hey, Tony likes to boil squirrels too, man. So
yeah. Anyway, man, if Grubbs is watching, I'm still mad about that, man. He made fun of Ohio's squirrels. He called them fat and lazy or something, man. It's messed up.
Well, you know, man, come on down and visit me, and we'll go catch us some iguanas and eat some chicken of the trees.
I've heard it's delicious. I've heard it's amazing.
I wouldn't say amazing, but it's a, you know, chewy, non-gamey meat. Whenever anybody says something tastes like chicken, what they mean is it doesn't have much flavor, so it tastes like whatever you put on it. And if it doesn't taste like shit and it's meat, then you say it tastes amazing.
That's true.
Right? Am I right? Like anything that has a mild taste and has a good texture to it, and it tastes like whatever you put on it, you're like, yep, that tastes like chicken.
That's actually a really
alligator good... to a T, you know. Everybody.
I actually like that take. I love that take.
You know.
So you're talking about like how no one eats freshwater fish down there. Is it because that the water in the freshwater is so warm, it doesn't have a lot of oxygen, so the fish is like more spongy and wormy and parasitey from the freshwater fish down there? Or is it just because everybody would prefer to have delicious saltwater fish?
Well, I mean, both. You know, the people that do eat it, it's because they're people that can't afford good quality food, and it's easy to catch freshwater fish where we're at, and so they catch that, and that's what they feed their family. I think it's dangerous to feed that to your family due to eutrophication, the process of you've got all of these well-to-do people's lawns built up on all of the freshwater areas. and all of those ponds are well maintained. So it rains, and that fertilizer goes into the fresh water, goes to the bottom, creates an algae boom. That algae goes to the top and then sinks down, and that's what the fish eat off of the rocks. So when you see, pictures or videos of freshwater fish eating the moss off of the rocks, that moss in a place where you have fertilizer running off into the freshwater, that moss is often from the process of eutrophication, creating an algae bloom, rising to the top, then sinking down, then the fish is eating that fertilizer algae.
Hey, son of a lawyer dropout, but he would have been. That's right. You've read a couple articles on this subject, though, haven't you?
What was that?
You've read an article or two on this subject, haven't you?
I did a paper on it before I dropped out.
Look at you, man. That professor, that was the one that did it, Doobie. That professor gave him like a C+ and said, "Get more creative." And he's like, "Communist, I'm out. I'm gonna go monger some fish."
No, I'm really fortunate. School is easy for me. I just enjoy doing what I was doing.
Hey, man. Yeah, I could tell. I figured as much. What were you going to college for?
Environmental conservation.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So you got a lot of the tile fish right now. You said the golden tile fish right now. I still have yet to try a tile fish. So, man, I ain't gonna lie, Doobie. Next time I go down to Florida, it's gonna be close to Delray Beach, and I'm gonna take a lot of extra cash because I'm gonna be going down to Captain Clay's, and I'm gonna be like, I want that hookup. And
we'll be eating good, and I'll take you out fishing.
Oh man, that's a day and a half right there.
Hey, the wife ain't here, so we're gonna book it. She's not here to correct me, so we're booking it.
Boom,
done deal.
There's some I don't even remember his name right now. Some random dude I met on TikTok, messaged me, and we were shooting the shit, and he's coming down to Florida doing a fishing trip with his buddies, and one of his stops is going to be in Delray, and we're going to go out fishing together.
Oh man, I would love that. I would love it. I went out once on the Gulf, and it was a terrible time because it was like 6 footers or something like that, and I was about ready to puke.
You also got to go way offshore there.
It was 30 miles off the coast, and like 6 to 8 footers on a 30-foot skid, and that was the biggest skid in the fleet. So it was pretty rough. That was a rough day.
Yeah, man. Here you can be catching dolphin and sailfish 5 to 10 miles offshore.
Man, dolphin.
Or less, even less.
I love mahi.
Man, you and I both. Delicious fish.
Blackened mahi. Doobie, what's your favorite seafood cut?
Dude, I'm in New Mexico, man. You're crazy.
Diaper trout.
Seafood here.
Diaper trout.
Like here, it's like, I don't know. Like you could go out and you get okay stuff, but I mean, it's not going to be nearly as good as if you were, I don't know.
You can still. I know, the frozen fish selection still sucks, but luckily we're guys that have connections to a lot of good seasonings to make some stuff that.
So I get Adobe on it, bro. You're in New Mexico.
Yeah.
Adobe makes everything taste good, baby.
Yeah, man. Oh man, yeah. I didn't know maybe like frozen salmon. I mean, if you were like a salmon guy.
I'd say in New Mexico, your best shot at getting anything fresh is probably going to be like Albertsons. And that's just because they have their own salmon farm. So at least it's coming from somewhere reputable, I guess. And I don't even know if you want to buy a farm salmon. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather get wild caught if I'm going to get fish in general. Like there's a couple lakes here in New Mexico that I'll eat out of that are nice bodies of water, like Navajo Lake. It's a really nice lake, and you can go salmon snagging there. And in the fall, like it's like mid-October to like early to mid-November, you can go salmon snagging there. And it's kokanee salmon, so it's not like a real salmon.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're
it's
like
still
smaller. They're like the hybrid. They're like
it's
the
like
mutt.
a mix between a trout and a salmon. You know,
Yeah,
it's like a
mutt.
pink trout basically. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's better than a lot of the trout you get here. So,
Man, don't listen to all those miserable haters on social media. Farm raised fish is delicious. If it tastes good, eat it.
yeah, I mean that's probably the best thing you're gonna get in Mexico. In all honesty, you know.
Oh, man.
You'll never find more opinions than on social media.
No, hey man, everybody minds their P's and Q's on here, man. You're tripping. You're tripping.
P's, Q's, and opinions. Oh man.
Oh man. So what's big here for 2022, man, for Captain Clays, man? What's you got anything big in the books? I know you've always got stuff rolling, man, or is it just keeping up with what you got going on because business just crushing it right now?
No, dude. There's big things down the pipeline. Stuff that I'm actually not able to drop until it happens, but there's gonna be some exciting news. We'll have some good conversations when it comes out soon.
Oh man, I'm excited. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with, man. It's been actually we started out with the show with our one sponsor, Frixon Family Farms, which is literally a husband wife about our age with 3 kids, and they raise their own grain to feed their own cattle and pigs and chickens, and they take them down to the local butcher shop, and and then they ship it out to your doorstep.
That's
and it
awesome.
really So
Love
then we
that.
follow that up with the mom and pop fish shop out of Delray Beach. So
Heck
some
yeah.
things just organically. So when you were like, man, I might come on, or like when we do a live, and I'm like, dude, tonight's the night. It's like small family farm life like type stuff. And I don't care, you're still farming. It's just a different form of it.
Where'd the homie Doobie go?
He's actually getting his fire set up because he's got to like roll briskets all night long, like 18-hour cooks, because he's got a big event tomorrow. So instead of him just hopping out, sometimes he's got to just hop off and go tend to his fire and get in there, log on it or something like that. So he'll be back. But I forget, what is your favorite go-to saltwater fish? I asked you this before, and this is one I don't remember. It might be the tile fish, or was it the tile fish?
So snowy grouper and golden tilefish would be top 2 for me.
Snowy grouper.
Golden tile would be second to snowy grouper. They're both deeper water fish, similar flavor profiles, but a little bit different textures.
Okay. All right. And man, there's so
There's
many.
the homie.
Yeah, he's back. Doobie's all the way back, man. Still looking good. He had to go comb his hair real quick.
Manage the fire, man.
Yeah. How's that fire rolling? What temp we at, Doob?
Man, temps were a little off. I had to move my tuning plates around. They moved around in the journey, so I had to put them back where they go, but I should be back to
Okay. All right.
What you cooking, bro?
Oh, yeah.
What's up?
What are you cooking, man?
Tonight, here in about an hour and a half, I got to get all my briskets on. Got 4 briskets I got to cook. And then a couple hours after that, I got a couple pork shoulders to throw on, and then ribs first thing in the morning, man. Bunch of ribs.
So you got it all timed out. How many hours is the briskets? How many hours is the shoulders? And how many hours is the ribs?
Briskets will probably be on the smoker for anywhere from 10, 14 hours, and they'll rest in a hot box until I serve them. And then pork shoulder, probably 10, 12 hours. And then ribs, I'd say anywhere from 4 to 6 hours.
Word.
So, yeah, man.
Reed, when are you going to start throwing some beef and pork out in your fish smoker, man, when you're doing your fish dip?
Whenever. So we just have vertical 4-rack charcoal smokers. We use hickory and royal oak for smoking our fish, and they're cheap smokers. They're like a couple $100 each, and we use them 6-7 days a week until they just fall apart. And then once they're done and not able to use for the shop anymore, we'll use them to cook lunches on.
Hell yeah.
So, go to Publix and buy a bunch of chicken quarters and throw them on there.
Well,
Nice.
and that's what I like about you guys is, and Doobie, I know I've talked with you about Reed and Captain Clay and Son Seafood, but like if it doesn't sell, like it's a very short time. I don't even know like if it makes it a second day in the shelf. Whatever they don't sell, they go out and they take and they smoke the meat and they sell this like smoked seafood dip. And I ain't gonna lie, man, like I want to buy it by the gallon because I just know it's good. I just know it's good. So and like how that is right though. You like your stuff. Like if it's in a display case all day, it doesn't see a second day, right?
Yeah. So every fish we put out into our case, we cut that day. The following day, we smoke it, make smoked fish dip, so that way we can cut new fish every single day.
That's awesome, man.
Because quality of fish isn't just the age of the fish; it's also how the fish was handled, when it was cut. You have a fish that was caught 3 days ago and filleted the day it was caught, versus that same fish that instead of being filleted the same day, it was buried in ice for 3 days and then cut on the third day. You eat those side by side, you'd think that you're eating two completely different fish. You would think one was old as shit and one was caught that morning. That's how big of a difference it makes to eat something that was cut the same day to eat it versus something that was cut and sitting in a fridge for a couple of days.
Yeah. Hey, juiciest steak I ever had was a deer tenderloin where it never touched the fridge. I cut it off the deer the next day, threw the whole thing on the grill that night. That was the best tasting. So yeah, that freshness like you're talking about, man, like if it doesn't, and there's one other time like an Amish guy up here was like, he slaughtered a pig and he took his pork loin and did fresh pork loins that night. They were still warm from the hog when he threw them on the fire. And it was like the tenderest juiciness. So like that freshness that you're talking about, Reed. And everyone, by the way, we're looking at Reed _ the fishmonger. Go check him out on TikTok, Instagram. Trust me. Just type in Reed Hatchet. He's so big that you could hatchet his name and it'll still tell you who he is and they'll correct you on it. That's how big he is.
Really?
I think you get auto corrected to anything Reed or fish or monger. It just immediately comes to you at this point.
That's pretty cool. I didn't even know.
Isn't that cool? Like, how's that
awesome.
feel, man? Like big time, you know, you just walk around, you're going background spec. Yeah. I am the SEO optimization.
No,
but
man, that's really cool. I'm always, just blown away at the positive feedback. And
isn't it crazy, man? Dude, where are you at on everything? Real quick, where are you at on your followers and all that?
TikTok's a little over 150,000 followers. At Instagram, I just hit 30,000 followers.
Let's go, 30K, man.
Yeah, man.
I love it.
That was a big goal of mine for Instagram. Hit that. Super hyped on it. Yeah.
What changes on Instagram when you hit 30K? You got any like fashion, like you got any companies hitting you up?
Yeah, I mean, on TikTok and Instagram, I get brands offering me to, sponsor their product or do reels or posts using their products for either products or pay, and definitely something that I'm open to, but not something I'm really jumping on. I got a day job.
yeah, I hear you on that one, man. Dude, that's intense, man. Dude, I'm just so happy for you, man. Like I just can't get over like you were a good dude. I always appreciated you because I was kind of getting started and you were already kind of on your ascend, but you still agreed to come on the show. And man, like and that's what I love about this. I did career day today with some high school kids at my old high school. And the one thing it was supposed to be on broadcasting, and I kind of was like, nah, we're going to talk about social media. And like one of the things that I harped on today was networking, the art of networking, finding people with similar interests, similar beginnings, and growing together with them. And dude, like, I'm just thankful that you and I connected, and you and I still talk, man. We still text from time to time. I know we're both like super busy and we don't talk, but man, we even like, how's your marriage, man? Mine's great. How's yours? You know, so like, and that's what it's all about, dude. Like, you have been one of the original you were a dude of the Dude Network when it was still Tony Night Train Lane on TikTok, you know?
Yeah, man.
And, I'm glad you got to come on and check out the new studio, man. What do you think, by the way?
Dude, I think it's awesome. I love the backdrop, and I love all of your wall art you got going on. And
oh man, yeah. You know, we got Alt Browns up here. We got some Cleveland whiskey. Go check them out. I think they're available in Florida. Actually, I know they're available in Florida. So if you're looking for a good cheap bourbon, Cleveland whiskey, that's the good stuff. So, hey, Doobie, I know you got to get going here, and soon we're going to have to wrap this up, but I want to throw it out there. His dad almost got ate by a hammerhead shark once.
Oh, man. That's gnarly.
I thought you were saying Doobie that, and I was like, what? We've got that in common.
Oh, man.
I was like, what are the chances?
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, that would be wild right there. That would be wild for sure.
Oh, man.
Your dad too? Like, whoa. My dad was a bull shark, man. Like, no, my dad was a hammerhead. Yeah, that's wild. Hey, some dude showed me a video in Australia of a great white eating a dude in half the other day. Like, who? And the guy just filmed it. Didn't even like, he's like, oh, no, he's getting attacked. And that was his tone. And the dude was just floating there. And I'm like, how are you not more worked up on this?
Hey, man, in those situations, sometimes you don't know how you're going to react. Dude, that dude is probably in shock. He's probably just like, oh, man.
Maybe the guy filming was on the insurance policy.
Yeah. Is it great? Are you? Hey, do you have an insurance policy?
Oh, no. I'm so sorry. This sucks.
Well, he's like throwing like
$1 million.
He's throwing sardines in the water, chumming the waters. Baby shark, dude.
He's like, you guys missed half. Get him before he gets away.
Oh man. Oh god. That's
man.
wild.
We're going to a bad place for that one.
Yeah. Reed, thanks for coming on, man. Anything you want to add before we have to hop off here, man?
No, man. It was fun getting to shoot the shit with you again. It's been too long. Doobie, nice to meet you, brother.
Yeah, you too, man.
Yeah, man. Let's do this again sometime soon.
Let's schedule it so we can actually. I know you still owe us. You still promised me ceviche. You haven't done it yet for us.
Oh, ceviche.
I don't
ceviche, bro. Ceviche, man.
I don't give a damn. He's still. I wouldn't know because he didn't show me how to do it. He bailed on that one.
Oh,
like
I was
a necklace,
live
man.
on video.
Yeah, you were going to make. Yeah, you were going to make ceviche or ceviche.
He wants a ceviche necklace, man.
Listen, are you going to make it or not?
Yeah, we can still do that.
Oh,
All right.
man.
Well,
We'll do that in the summer.
Yes.
For me, Christmas to April are my busiest time of the year.
Yep. Good housekeeping and wrestling bears, my two bugaboos. Yeah.
Yeah, and next time we get together, Doobie, I want to hear more about your cooking process.
Definitely.
Yeah, man, I'd love to hear all about it.
That was it, man. We were talking about the smokers. Do you ever smoke anything like on the beef and pork side or chicken?
I mean, just to eat, nothing on a commercial level.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. But no, for your own tum tum.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
I said tum tum. Nice. I said.
You got kids. We'll forgive you.
Yeah,
man.
Dude, literally, I had my boy Wally's like, oh, well, in my tummy, yum. I'm like, oh yeah, and like, oh, is it yum? And I'm like sitting there, I'm like, what is going on in my life right now?
I'll leave you with this fantastic story. I had a crew member that was new and he was talking to a customer and they asked how, I don't even know what kind of fish it was, but how one of our fish tasted, and he said it's really yummy. And I I pulled him off to the side after he was done with his customer, and I was just like, "Don't say that again."
Yeah, like listen, man, we're trying to keep this gravy train rolling here. You're
Yeah,
sitting-
man. I just like I don't know, just the way he said "yummy," just like it creeped me out.
Yeah, it's like bringing that weird creepo on a date, and like he says something really stupid and inappropriate to your date, and she's like, "Yeah, well, I gotta go feed my cat dog thing," and like they tip out.
Oh man.
So hey, next time you come on, we'll definitely share some of the barbecue stuff, man. I definitely think there's definitely a show there, and we're going to make that happen, and we're gonna put some production behind it. You can make your CEVICHE word stuff with I can spell it. So does that count? No.
I mean, dude,
Silence says it all. I got it. I'm stupid. I don't need to say.
I was just watching Dewey, waiting for him to laugh at you again.
Nah.
You're from Ohio, dude. You get a free pass to work wherever you want.
Hey, he said it, not me. He said it, not me.
Being out in Ohio and with nothing to do but fish or walleye, I'm just happy that you're not freebasing in your free time.
Dude, you've obviously never freebased while you caught walleye that clearly have big teeth in them. So you're a loser.
Oh man.
All right. On that note, hey, let's send this weekend off on the right note here. Reed, next time you got to bring an alcoholic beverage, or at least lie to us and say that you are. But hey, we appreciate you coming on impromptu mid-show on the weekend kickoff party. We had Darian from Frixon Family Farms on earlier. Thanks for her. Doobie from Doobie Smokehouse up here rolling smoke in Albuquerque, New Mexico as we speak. If you're in the area, go pay double price for 1 pound of ribs tomorrow, support the local business, and then fly down to Delray Beach, Florida, and go and buy up all of the smoked seafood dip that there is because it looks scrumptious and yummy, as some would say it down at Captain Clay's. But most importantly, go see the handsome lad with the slick ponytail, and he's got some cool tats, and he'll probably tell you all about them. Reed, the fishmonger. Thank you.
You guys, it was fun. Have a killer night.
All right,
You
man.
too, man.
Go kill life, man. We'll talk to you later, man. See you guys. Peace out, everybody. Deuces.